welcome to the Sheila Hill Show. And listen, that C stands for come on in this room and have a sit down so we can chit chat just for a little while. Listen, the Sheila C. Hill Show is the ultimate go to podcast for ambitious individuals just like you who want to live a more fulfilling and successful life to get valuable insight, expert tips, and inspiring stories to help you improve your lifestyle, grow your business, and enhance your emotional well-being. Now, in every episode, you're going to gain practical tips and inspiring wisdom in the company of supportive community, whom I call Sheila's Thrive Tribe, because we thrive over here, baby. Okay, so if you're new to the show, listen, I am your host. I am Sheila C. Hill. And hello, hola, bonjour, como está, ni hao, howdy, and what's going on, my people? So glad to have you here. Now, don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with some people, okay? Help your sister out. Let's grow together. All right, now I tell you all the time, I have wonderful guests that come to the show, and today is going to be nothing short of a wonderful, amazing guest. Now, my guest today has used her pain to propel her to her purpose. She is an author of over 15 books, and she has hosted a 10-city tour called Daughters Against Domestic Violence. She's an advocate on behalf of women's rights and against domestic violence. She even protested to help pass the Marsley Law. At this time, I want to welcome to the stage Miss Lakisha Copeland.
Hey.
Hey, and welcome to the show. So glad to have you here. 15 books. Woo, you was a busy lady. I love it. Okay, so that was just some highlights. So if you can tell my audience, just tell who is Lakisha.
Okay, first of all, I am a mother. I just have one. Um, I am the visionary of Winning Wild Weights and Daughters Against Domestic Violence. In 2016, I actually launched a 10-city tour to advocate on behalf of women, also to raise awareness to domestic violence, and that's how I was connected with the state legislator that was helping to push Marcy's Law, and that's how I got involved in that. Also, as you stated, I am an author. I wrote my first book, I believe it was back in 2013, and then since then, a couple of years later, I just started writing books. Like I have a whole collection, a purpose series on purpose, a series on confidence. I've protested, advocated, did all kinds of things. I just like helping people.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Hold on, let's go back to book number 1. Tell me, how did you even start to say, "Hey, I'm going to write a book"? What was your inspiration for book 1?
My book one probably is because I always wanted to be an author, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know the steps, so I was lacking in confidence. And so my first book, actually, the title is Discovering Your Identity as Christ. And what I did was the certain things that I learned about myself, I wrote in a book. And so the things that I learned, that I am powerful, I am loved, certain beliefs that I learned that to instill in myself, I wrote it, I outlined it. It wasn't the best because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. When you're doing something for the first time, you don't always have to be perfect, but you just have to start. And so I did it, and it was like I didn't even know the magnitude of what I was doing until the publisher that I was using sent me the book cover, and then I was like, "Whoa, I really am about to publish a book," you know.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. That's exciting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you use your experience and you just
Hmm.
put it on paper,
Yes.
which boom, right? That's what people do. But a lot of times we think it's so hard to be an author. It's so
Yeah.
hard to write a book. So what do you say to those people who say, it's no way, I don't know how to get my thoughts, I don't know how to format it, I don't know how to get the cover, all of that. What do you say to people who are just afraid or overthink that process?
You don't have to overthink it because some people are better at writing, some people are better at talking. Like if you are better at writing, then just write, journal until, and then don't worry about it. That's why we have people who are good at proofreading, who are good at editing, that can take what you have and format it for you. If you're better at talking, then that's why we have auto recorders. There's so many different ways that you can publish a book than from where I started. Like it's so many different things that I learned. Like you can just record what you want to say and then have somebody to transcribe it for you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So it takes the work out of it, right?
Yeah,
Just
it does.
yeah, definitely. And there's so many apps now that you can just speak it and then it transfers like,
Yeah.
okay, so people, so listen, audience, listen. Stop making excuses for writing your book. If you have something to say it and put it in a book because it is timeless. Once you have a book, it's always here,
Yeah.
right?
It supersedes you. Like it's your legacy. Like can't nobody take that from you. That's your mark that you leaving in the earth.
Most definitely. That's your legacy. Ah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so tell me about your journey. So you're helping domestic, you're advocate for domestic violence and bringing awareness. But tell me about your journey, how you use your pain as a driving force to find your purpose in your life.
I use my pain because even though I didn't deal with domestic violence, I still like deal with insecurities, low self esteem, confidence, belief in myself, and so what I learned is that motivation and belief is something that you literally have to do daily. You have to believe daily that you are worthy of what you desire to do. Like you're worthy of your purpose because God gives everybody a dream. And once you start to believe that, you will act on it. And the people, when you believe more, you will steward more because everyone has gifts, but those gifts just need to be steward. They need to be developed, and like if you just know that even you look like this right now, but this is not what you're gonna look like 10 years from now. If you just stay focused on what you have and just steward your gifts better, believe daily, motivate daily, work on your goals daily. It's literally is a daily process.
Most definitely. And basically, what I'm hearing you saying is about your mindset. Let's
Yes.
talk about mindset because listen, I'm real big on the growth mindset, but so many people have that fixed mindset like they're just going to deal with the cards that they were dealt, right?
Yes.
So, how important is it to have a growth mindset to reach your goals and to get over the obstacles in life?
It's definitely important because you need a growth mindset for anything that you're doing, even just to make it to the next day. Because everything that here, like, is no guarantee that it'll be here tomorrow. Your job might not be here tomorrow, but you also have to know that you have enough within you to survive in a storm that may come your way. And that's something that I definitely went through and had to learn because, like, during the pandemic, I think like we all had to figure out different ways to adapt. We didn't have a job to go to anymore. A lot of us, we had to adapt to what was happening in society. We had to find new revenues of income to sustain us.
Right.
We didn't see people, and that was another thing. Like who's gonna motivate you when you're not able to be in a crowd full of people? Like when you're literally there by yourself, then how you gonna find your motivation then?
Most definitely. Listen, that's a trigger actually. When you talk about the pandemic, that's a trigger because let me tell you, that was nothing but even like my children, they was in school, high school, they were
Yeah.
like, I was battling, just
Yes.
being home and trying to learn school on a computer, but
Yeah.
understanding the mindset is really powerful to have that growth mindset. Now, when you're dealing with you're advocating for daughters against domestic violence. Okay, so you said, and most of the time you hear advocates, a lot of the times they've been through it, so they're
Yeah.
using that as their win or their energy, right?
Mhm.
So you're saying you didn't go through it, but you had that heart
Yeah.
to help and make a difference. And which kudos to you and thank you for doing what you do. But the hosting the 10 city tour, Lord, can you share more like what motivated you behind this tour and its impact on raising awareness about domestic violence? What motivated you?
It's just so funny. It literally just came to me. My friend, she invited me to speak at her event, and I enjoyed myself so much. I remember I was sitting there like, God, what can I do to help people? Like, what can I do? What can I do? Because I know that I've been through a lot, and I survived a lot. And so I was like, what can I do? What can I do? And I was just sitting there looking at my notes from I hired a coach, and I was just sitting there looking at my notes, and I was like, what can I do to raise awareness and to help people who've been through domestic violence or child abuse or whatever it may be? It was like, I can do an event. I could do a 10 city tour. And that's when it was like, it just hit me. And so that's when I started preparing for it. I could never host an event before. Don't know anything about sponsorship, all that, none of that. I just literally just started planning it. It was like it was a couple of months out that I was like, I'm going to do it on my birthday because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I was
Mhm.
going to do it on my birthday. My birthday is October the 22nd. And so everything just started coming together. That's how I met um, the person who was over the Marcy's Law trying to get that passed. That's how I was connected to her. Like if I would never did it, I would never got connected to her or a lot of other people that I met through my advocacy and through my obedience. It's like it's very important that you just do what you have to do because you never know who you'll meet, who you're connected to, who your story is going to help. You just don't know.
Okay,
So
wait a minute. Hold on. Let's back up. Let's back up. Hold on. Hold on. You done said so much. Wait a minute. You ain't never had no event before. You ain't never organized
no,
no event before.
I
Then
didn't
you
know
said,
anything
"Oh,
about
I'm
it.
not just going to organize an event. I'm going to organize a 10 city tour. I don't know nothing about no sponsorship. I don't know how this works, but I'm going to do." Wait a minute. Okay. All right. I mean, kudos, hats off to you, but 10 cities? Like, most people maybe two,
Yeah.
and they're right next to each other. 10 cities, like what? The impact that you're making, like what? Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, now back up. You said you had a dream, right?
Yeah. It was like, yes,
Like a literal,
I
like
had
I
a
was
dream.
asleep and I had a dream.
Yeah. Yes, it was in my dream. It was a night after my friend event. And I was just like went to sleep thinking about what I can do, and then I just woke up and it like it all hit me. you know, this is what I'm do. But it just not what I wanted to do. It was what I was purposed to do and what I had to do.
Come on, sis. Yes. I love it. I love it. Because a lot of people may have the inspiration or they may have the dream, but they don't execute because they don't have all the answers for it, right? You didn't have
yes.
no answers because you didn't
no
even
answer.
you didn't have
I was like,
answers
I
on
was like,
nothing.
I think I need people to videotape. so I'm looking for a videographer. I think think I needed a photographer, so I'm looking for that. I was like, you know what? I wanted somebody to teach a self defense class. So I met someone that's over Divas in Defense, Cole Parker. He came out and taught the class. I was like I need a place. So I'm like looking for places that that I can go to that's in budget friendly and things like that.
Wow. Okay, listen, people, audience, y'all listen. Y'all don't have any more excuses. No more excuses, only execution. It is time to execute when you have something on your heart to make a difference. she's telling us right now, Lakeisha's saying, hey, you don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes we overthink too much. We have imposter syndrome. We doubt
Yeah,
ourselves, have low self esteem instead of just doing it. Hashtag just do it.
just do it.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Listen, we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to come back and hear the rest of your story because, baby, it is wonderful. Are you kidding me? Are you feeling overwhelmed with projects to build your business? Search no more. Introducing Borrow My VA, a virtual assistant service, your one-stop solution to bid farewell to stress and manage multiple tasks with very little effort. We specialize in website building, funnel creation, automations, and email marketing all under one roof. And here's the best part. We provide all these incredible services at budget-friendly rates. Discover a hassle-free way to handle your projects. No more worries about onboarding or finding that perfect virtual assistant. Our team is all set to tackle your task with efficiency. Now, once you delegate the task, consider it done. Say goodbye to overwhelm. Don't miss this fantastic opportunity to elevate your business. Join our list of satisfied customers and book a free consultation today at borrowmyva.com. That's borrowmyva.com. Everyday caregivers rise as the unsung heroes in our communities. At Huff Legacy Caregiver Support Network, we stand by these heroes, offering them the education, support resources, and events that they need to refuel and rejuvenate. We understand that when we uplift our caregivers, we uplift everyone they care for. Join our cause, lend a hand, donate, or volunteer today. You can contact us at 346-330-6372. All right. Thanks to those sponsors. Thank you to those sponsors for sponsoring this episode on today, where we're talking to our special guest, Lakisha. And she has, listen, she done blew my mind already. Not only is she the author of 15 books, she hosted a 10-city tour called Daughters Against Domestic Violence when she didn't have no experience on organizing events. So she had a dream to do this and impact. And that's exactly what she's done. We're going to bring her back to the stage to talk about the whole process. Listen, okay, so when you was advocating for um the for the Marcy's Law, did I say that correctly?
Yes, Marcy's Law.
Yes. So how did that process happen?
Like I said, everything happened for a reason. So when I put it out there, I put my event on Eventbrite. She contacted me, and then she told me who she was, and then so we met up at Chick-fil-A, and she explained the law to me. She explained that back then victims did not have the same rights as the person who their abuser. Like the abuser had more rights in the court. Like the victims, if they wasn't notified if the abuser is out of jail, out of bond, so they could easily be attacked by their abuser because they wasn't didn't have any rights in the court. And so that's what Marcy's Law does. It protects their rights as well, so they'll have the same rights as the abuser does. And so, and when she explained that to me, it's like she asked come out to my event. So she came out to my event, my first event. There's been several events that her organization sponsored and helped with the budget. And so it's like everything just lined up. Like she's been a blessing to me. It's like if
Wow.
I so a lot
Almost
of
like
events
she needed
down the
her,
line.
she needed you, and y'all work together
Yes.
for such a time as this, right?
Yes, definitely.
Wow. I love it. I love it to be able to connect with someone who has the same vision and passion to help each other, reach your goals. That is so awesome. Now, with your experiences with working, now are you working directly with the ladies or just mainly behind the scenes more?
Just mainly behind the scenes, especially before the pandemic. I would go with someone who has more advocacy experience than me, and so I would just be like behind the scene, like they will organize the event, and I'm just there protesting and doing what I can to help.
Okay, gotcha. So,
Hmm.
what do you say to someone who is in that situation, who has been abused? As far as the resources, what resources are out there? How do they reach out to someone who they need to get out of the situation that they're in? Can you talk to them?
Yes, there are definitely lots of resources out there. There are definitely lots of organizations that deal directly with you and that will definitely help you. That most of the people behind those organizations has been in their situation, so they understand that you may be afraid to come out or that you may have different things that are hindering you come out. They may be your financial stability, and that you're afraid if you leave, then where you gonna go? And so there are definitely organizations that will help you get out, just not get out, but you have to get out safely. It has to be a safe exit. You can't go somewhere where you know that your abuser will find you, and then they'll do more harm to you. And so there are definitely organizations, like there's a hotline, the domestic violence hotline. It's so many I can't think of off the top of my head. Just depend on where you live. Just go look up on Google, look for domestic violence help with domestic violence organization near me.
Okay. And we'll put like the number, domestic violence number in the show notes where
Mhm.
someone they can watch it and they can reach out as well. Woo, honey, that is a lot that you do. And that is so amazing that you have the heart, first of all, to do it and to plan a 10 city tour. I'm still blown about that one. But so once you got into it, how did it come together? Did everything like did you find your photographers, your videographer? Did you go in now saying, okay, this is what I needed? It all came together, or as you went from city to city, did it progress?
Yeah, it definitely it did progress, but I did find my photographer. I did find a person to take pictures. I found help. I realized, oh, they may need snacks. so so I found somebody who could help bring snacks to the venue and things like that. Found different venues to go in the other cities, and because I'm doing it like trying not to do it all in one city. It's a 10 city tour. Also, I met my friend, and she actually hosted one of my events. She hosted in Tennessee, and so that was even bigger than what I could envision because she travels from Tennessee to Georgia a lot. And so as I progressed, I did find, like I said, and she did sponsor a lot of my events for me, and I found more sponsorships, so everything don't have to be coming out of my pocket.
I know that's right. Because listen, there's so many different companies and businesses, especially
Yeah,
like big corporations, that if it matches their mission, they will
yeah,
sponsor you for your events. It's all about knowing how to reach out. It's just
yeah,
reach out. I mean, that's what I say. Just start calling. For anyone that's listening, if you have a passion to do something, reach out to these corporations because a lot of times they have money set aside
they
to
do.
to help. And a lot of people think they need to have the nonprofit status, but that's not necessary all the time. You
No.
just have to have a dream, a vision, and then be willing to execute and then do what you have to do to reach your goal. So I'm so glad that you just stood in there and you learned more. So now you know exactly what to do when you have another event.
Exactly. Because
You learn from that. That is so good. Now, so what do you do when it comes time to sort of debrief from everything that you do, from writing your books, from being an advocate and protesting? What do you do for yourself for self care to sort of detach yourself?
to detach myself is like I have to just read daily. I love to read, so I do read daily, pray daily, motivate daily, meditate daily. Just like, hey. And like sometimes, even if I doubt myself, forget who I am. Even if I forget my essence, like I just look back at what I did. Like, hey, you did all this, not knowing what you were doing. And so it's just important just to believe in yourself.
I know that's right. I love it. I love it because a lot of times we're like, I be like, I'm patting myself on the back because I know I'm the secret sauce, baby. Don't people like,
Exactly.
yeah, you think you all that? I am.
Exactly.
I am all that, a bag of chips and a big gulp. You better know it. So, and that's what you have to do sometimes because we
Mhm.
devalue a lot of times things
Yes.
what we do and all of that. And it's just like it's okay to say that you're super dope. It's okay to
Exactly.
say that you rock, without being conceited or heady or
Yeah.
whatever they say. Because baby, over here, I am like pat myself on the back.
Exactly.
So that is good for you. So now with your books, now are any of your books sort of leaning towards the domestic violence awareness or no?
Most of my books are about how to find your purpose and building up your confidence. I have books, journals. I wrote my first fictional book called Family Dynamics. And so that
Okay.
book is about, it was a story in the news that inspired me to write that book. And so I wrote that book about a young lady who was basically, she was shot in front of her home in a party. She was shot by the police because the police came out to it because they were called because she got in a fight with her foster care sisters. But they end up shooting the wrong person. Like she wasn't the one that was actually, she was protecting herself, but the police didn't know that she was protecting herself. But they shot her, and so it's a great book, and that's my latest book that I wrote, my first fictional book.
Oh,
So that's
congratulations. Let me get my little clapper. Woo! Congratulations on that. So how do they find your books? Where are your books for sale at?
my books are for sale on Amazon and also
Okay.
on my website, but mostly they can find it just by looking up my name on Amazon.
So Lakisha, that's Lakisha Copeland, Copeland. So look her up on Amazon and purchase her books so you can be inspired. Now, if I have someone saying, I want to be like Lakisha, I want to do like Lakisha, I want to write some books. Tell me what is the first steps other than getting their thoughts together? What's some steps that they can do to make them successful author?
You want to first, once they know they want to write a book and they have a title or a topic they want to talk about, I would suggest them to outline it and go to Google and think about the different things that you want to talk about in your book and just start outlining, work off your outline. Chapter one is going to be about this, and these are the points that I'm going to talk about. So outline those points and then just flow off of the points. Like have your introduction, just like in school when we had to write those five, those pa-
Don't remind
those
me,
pa-
honey.
those paragraphs. you
Don't
start with the
remind me.
you start with the topic
Yes.
paragraph,
Okay.
then the points, and then the conclusion.
Wow. Oh, I remember my English teacher. Ooh, how much that was a trigger, girl. Okay. Okay. So then once they have the book,
hmm
what do they do next?
Okay, so now they have the book. Now you need an editor, you need a proofreader, someone that can edit and proofread the book for you. There are definitely a lot of resources for that. Mostly, I outsource it to Upwork. I found Upwork is an outsourcing company like Fiverr, but they have more quality people there. And so I looked for a person for editing and proofreading, submitted the job. A lot of people applied, and so I picked the person that I wanted to edit whatever book it is. And so they, like, you pay for it and then they edit it and give it back to you once you're satisfied with it. And then you think about, how do you want to publish it? Do you want to publish it traditionally, or do you want to self-publish it? My books are self-published.
Okay,
And
now, okay, so for self-publishing, you still
hmm
have to get the ISBN.
yes.
Okay, so you go somewhere separate and buy that.
Yes, you can go. You have to go to Booksky. I think that's the name of it to purchase the ISBN. That's if you want your books to be in bookstores and things like that. So you can publish using Amazon directly, or some people use I think it Ingram Spark, something else that you can use. So it will go to Amazon in different places like Lulu, or you can use Lulu. Some people like Lulu, and so it can go into
I like
bookstores as
what?
well. Lulu, Lulu.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Mm,
I've heard of it. I thought you said Hulu, like the TV. I was like, what? They doing that too? Okay, okay. So now I've tapped in a little bit and I understand how the ISBN for people that are new, if
Mhm,
you get yours from Amazon and you upload, you
mhm.
can't take that book and sell it like in Barnes and Noble
Yeah,
because
you
your
have to give it.
ISBN is just for Amazon.
Yeah, so it's just that for that particular store, and then a lot of bookstores, things like that, they won't purchase your book if you don't have your own ISBN number. So it definitely is important to do that, especially if you want your book to go further and sell in different places. And Barnes and Noble has a free ISBN too, and so if you upload it there, you still you can use theirs or get your own. And then most of those the place that I can't think of it offhand, the place that sell it, they do have a bundle where you can get 10 ISBN numbers. They do have a bundle that you can purchase.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. All right,
Hmm.
so with that, I'm just trying to make sure somebody out here they have all the steps. That's very important. Listen, I learned that on TikTok. I was
Yeah.
following a girl who do books, and she was like, now she had an ISBN through Amazon, but
Hmm.
to sell it in other stores, she has to get another ISBN,
Yeah.
and then she's gonna lose all her reviews that was on Amazon. So it's better to have her own and then just go to different platforms. So
Yes.
anybody who's trying to do your book, remember that. All right. So now once you got your book, you have your ISBN, then it's time to put it on the platforms to sell it,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
Oh, what about formatting? You don't you have to format it?
Yes, you definitely have to format it. Pick how you want to format it. Most self most books are used the 6 by 9. That's the standard. 6 inches by 9. That's the standard of formatting. So you have to format it for whatever platform that you directly put it on to make sure that um, it goes through all. Because I remember when I first started, like if you have one error, like when I'm submitting to KDP, I have one error. I got to do the whole thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you definitely got to do work on that first.
Oh my
Especially when
goodness.
you doing those journals and stuff, and you did the whole journal like, oh, this was so beautiful, and then you try to submit it, they're like, you gotta fix it.
Like, don't get too happy. No, no, no. Okay, that's good. That's very good. That's so inspiring and empowering that someone can take your tips that you're just giving us and they can go ahead and start writing their book because
Hmm.
you've given them the practical tips of how to do so, which I love to do that here at the show. All right, so awesome. So Lakisha, tell us tell us a fun fact about yourself. Something people don't normally know about you. What's up?
Well, the fun fact, let's see. um Probably
Hobbies.
I flew on my first plane this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah. So I went to the Bahamas, and so we flew on a plane to go to Miami to the connecting stop.
Awesome. So how was that experience on the plane for the first
Oh my
time?
God, it was my ears.
Really?
Yeah, popping in my ears.
Yes. The key for that is to take gum. You gotta have chewing gum. Gotta keep
Yeah, I
your ears
learned.
from being
So,
popped.
yeah, they told me afterwards.
Oh no, not afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why a lot of parents don't feed their children until they get on the plane because that motion will help the ears stay, from the
Mhm.
pressure of the plane. That's too funny. Well, I'm glad you had that experience. All
Yeah.
right. So tell me, how can people get in contact with you? We know how they can get your books. Um, is there something that you offer or how they can be in contact with you? Do you coach people in writing books? Tell us what you got.
I do plan on coaching people, so when I start that, you definitely can continue to follow me. You can follow me Instagram, Lakisha Copeland underscore. You can follow me on Facebook. You can go to my personal page, or you can connect with one of my business page, Lakisha Copeland, or Winning While Waiting, or my newest page, Confident Chits. And so those are definitely the platforms that I'm on pretty much every day.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, so we'll have all of that in the show notes. So, Lakeisha, before we go, just tell us something that you want to tell our audience, something inspiring, something that you, some tips, or just something to close it out so they can remember you.
Okay, definitely just work on your belief system. But work on your belief, because once you believe that you can do something and that you believe that this is what your purpose to do, you'll start acting on it. So you, when you believe, you know that my vision looks like this, but I have to cultivate what I have. I have to steward the gifts that I have. I have to invest. I have to read more. I may need to invest in people who have the resources that I need. I may need to do this in order for it to grow. And so just to remember that you are worthy and that you have a purpose and that you can do it.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Lakeisha, for sharing your wisdom, sharing your experiences, and sharing your inspiration. Thank you very much. And as we close out today, we're going to I want you to just take and listen to everything that she spoke of today. And if anything resonates with you, just send us a comment. Let us know that, something inspired you that, hey, I'm going to do this as well. I'm going to write a book or I'm going to be an advocate for something that I'm passionate about. And understand that everything that you have is within you, but you're going to have to be diligent to pull it out. You have to be the one to execute that dream. Okay. So if you want to join the show, you want to be a part of the show, or if you like to be a sponsor, or you like to have your ads, listen, that's what we do for you. Because listen, we here at this the Sheila C. Hill Show, we're powered by CTR Media Network, which has over 350 million households in over 100 countries. So listen, if you want some exposure for your brand, this is how you do it. So if you want to add, or if you want sponsorship, or if you want to be a guest, go to the SheilaCHillShow.com. That's the SheilaCHillShow.com and request to either be a guest, sponsor, or purchase an ad. We are here for you to help motivate you and to help make your brand more visible. All right. So if anyone, no one's told you this today, if no one's told you this, I'm the one to tell you. You are loved and highly appreciated. And baby, don't you dim your light for not nobody, okay? Don't you dim your light for no one. Be unapologetically yourself and embrace who you are, because we need you in this world. It's going to make this world go around a little bit smoother, okay? We want to hear your voice. We want to hear what you have to help someone else as well. So I know it's time to go. Until next time on the Sheila C. Hill Show, we will be here. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't be playing with me. Y'all need to subscribe and tell mom and them the Sheila C. Hill Show is here for them. Okay? Have a good